Hello everyone. So I'm recording this video again because when I was recording it earlier, my mic suddenly got disconnected. I don't know why, and it was annoying because it was like a 10-minute video. But anyways, I am determined. I know it is late for me. It is 7:30, and today I was actually in a call with my client, and I was not really able to record my video at my usual time. But anyways, so let us say you start using Jira Work Management and you're new to Jira and you are very much interested in all the capabilities of Jira Work Management because it looks good. It has a lot of features, and one feature which is definitely very interesting is the roadmap or the timeline view, where you can use the timeline to plan the work. Now, Jira Work Management is for basically anyone. You don't need to be a software development team. You can just use Jira Work Management project to manage your work. And good thing about Jira Work Management is that it will give you different views. So you have the list view, you have the timeline view, you have the calendar view, or you can just use normal Jira issue view, right? So people who start using Jira Work Management, they of course quite like the idea of using the timeline because they can plan the work on a timeline and it is great. So let me just plan something on a timeline. Let us say I have this new activity, like a new task that I want to do, and I can of course plan it on a timeline like this. It looks good, like typical Gantt chart view or similar. And then I may want to maybe schedule this issue, or maybe I just want to drag it. So you can always drag this activity like manually, and you can move it on top because this is basically the order of your list of activities. Now, this my task or this new task is something that you want to further elaborate or maybe break it down. So you can always create a subtask, like subtask number 1, subtask number 2, and subtask number 3, right? So this is great because you can then plan the work by breaking it down. And when you plan the work, you may want to, of course, also plan those subtasks on the timeline. Now this looks interesting because now you have this view of what is going to happen in this particular activity. But if you're coming from MS Project background, you might be wondering, okay, this subtask number 2 is scheduled to end on 7th of December. What if I reschedule it to end on 25th of December, which is Christmas? And you can do that, but it won't really change the end date or due date of your parent activity because this is not Gantt chart, typical Gantt chart. This is not MS Project, and this is what is a bit confusing for a lot of new Jira users or people who start using Jira Work Management, especially the roadmap or timeline view. And although there are automations that you can do, I'm sure you have seen my video, right? If you go to my website ravisagar.in, you can go to my Jira Cloud automation videos, like free videos, and you can learn about these wonderful things that you can do. So out of the box, Jira will not really shift the dates for you. So you have to write your own automation rule. Number 1, if you close your subtask, like if you change the status, your parent activity will not automatically get transitioned to resolved or closed. You have to do it yourself or write or use automation. But what you can do here, you can always create some dependencies. For example, if you want your subtask number 2 to start the work or to begin only when subtask number 1 has finished, you can create a dependency, and this dependency will actually show you whether this dependency is overlapping or it is a risk. For example, right now this dependency is in a orange color. You can of course see that this is orange because your subtask number 2 is scheduled to start maybe in parallel or maybe along with subtask number 1, and that might not be desirable. So you can see this visually, like there is this indication, and you can always change the subtask number 2's dates by dragging it to start after subtask number 1, and now the dependency is healthy. It is blocking, but it is still healthy because it is not really going to we know that subtask, by the time you start subtask number 2, your subtask number 1 should have finished. So this is only the planning, right? Again, the problem is that if subtask number 1 is not finished on time, again, it won't really do anything for subtask number 2. because that is how Jira works. Jira will let you do the planning yourself. You can, of course, use advanced roadmaps that can solve some of these problems. But again, even after using advanced roadmaps, which is a bit advanced, as the name suggests, it is not really for everyone. It is basically for someone who is managing multiple projects, multiple teams, and they need to plan from a single place. But someone who is just interested in using Jira Work Management. Jira Work Management is not really a Gantt chart, like a typical Gantt chart. Jira Work Management is not really MS Project. If you have been using MS Project or something similar, or maybe a typical Gantt chart, you will be disappointed. So just be careful. Just be aware of these limitations or not limitations or features of Jira Work Management Timeline View. All right, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about today in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.